Good morning. It's our last day here at Disney World. I just got off the bus here at Magic Kingdom. Unfortunately, I had to clear security to walk over to the Contemporary. But we have about 15 minutes to get over to Contempo. I was running a little late this morning because, just a little tired from the past couple days and stuff like that. And plus, I had to kind of pack up my room because I had to check out today, so that's okay. So we're gonna head over, we're gonna go have some breakfast, and then we're gonna eat to resort crawl. So or monorail crawl, I guess you could say. So yeah, let's get into it.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo.
So I got a few characters today, but so I didn't realize this, it's actually family style. So they just kind of, instead of it being a full-on buffet like I guess it normally would be, it just kind of brings it to you. It's interesting that they haven't swapped back to the buffet because they basically have the buffet set up. But yeah, the amount of food he just brought me. Look at all this. How am I supposed to eat all this? This is so much.
'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now. We are close.
Well, that's Chef Mickey's. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Probably the weakest of the character breakfasts I've ever been to. Just seemed very kind of systematic. Not necessarily bad, just kind of in, out, get her done, that kind of thing. But that's okay. Still appreciate all of them and everything else like that. So we got to see a little bit of the Cinderella Castle gingerbread house they have here at Contempo. I think what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the Poly and check it out, and then we'll head over to the Grand Flow and check out the stuff there. I just had a total mind blank. Yeah, so let's go do that.
Behind the clouds, we just have to believe it, that we can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry.
So I've actually been to the Poly twice before. Once to go to Kona and once to go to Ohana before they actually brought back characters. Like literally less than a couple weeks before they brought them back. So I've been just kind of walking around, exploring the Poly. It's so, I want to say quiet because you hear this loud. It sounds like a leaf blower right now, but I don't know. It's just it's amazing how much of a different vibe that it is compared to Pop Century, but even really just some of the moderate resorts. At some point, someday, I will stay here. I don't know when. I don't know when, but at some point I will. At some point it is my goal to stay at all of the 26, I think it is, resorts that are here at Walt Disney World, and then also the 3 that are in Disneyland. But I've been to 4 now here. Between the 4, been to Caribbean, and then both the Port Orleans French Quarter and Riverside, and then also now Pop Century. And then coming up in a couple weeks, I'll be staying at Disneyland Hotel in Anaheim, which I'm actually really looking forward to. I kind of went lighter on this end. Instead of getting a moderate, I went to a value resort here, and then just so that I could do the kind of moderate Disneyland Hotel, even though really the prices for the Disneyland Hotel are about the same as it would be for me to stay at a deluxe resort here at WDW. But yeah, it's kind of nice, and I don't know. I really like. I mean, I've always loved Hawaii, and I love the island style and lifestyle and just the vibe of it all. But it's not every day that you get to kind of have a piece of that here on the mainland. But it's always nice to just come back and just be reminded of how much I need to go back to Hawaii. So we're just gonna keep walking around, exploring, and then at some point we'll head over to the Grand Floridian. I always find it so interesting in how close the TTC is to the bungalows. I mean, it's right there. I can't imagine how actually getting a slot for that, reserving a slot, and then walking, or not paying that much just to be right next to the TTC. I mean, I'm sure it's still fairly soundproof and nice, but you get the horns going all night, especially on like a party night when the boats are going to like, what, 1 a.m. or something like that. Man, I still would love to stay in one of these. It's a pipe dream. A pipe dream. Probably won't happen, but one day, maybe. Hard maybe. We'll say that. So yeah, so I think we'll kind of head back, and then, not back. I'm gonna head off to the Grand Floridian for the coup de grace of lobbies.
I don't wanna waste my time, so baby we should start living now.
So they actually had a special little photo pass spot. I'll put a photo in right here of the shoe, which I actually did during Not So Scary, but this one was actually like attached to a pillow, like an actual pillow, not like a hard, long battery needs to stay out there for multiple hours kinds of light up thing. But yeah, no, it's super, super cool. This whole lobby is just, I understand why people pay money for this now. Here's the Gingerbread house. We'll be going down there in a little bit because I'm gonna go get some stuff. But right here we have the Enchanted Rose, the nice little giant chandelier and stuff. I'm sure honestly most people have seen by this point, but I'm just making my own rounds on this kind of thing. So let's head downstairs.
Talking to each other, I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this circle, yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing, time to cherish who we are. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance, not like anything we've done before, yeah. Now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow our dreams.
The sheer detail, just everything on this, and it smells like gingerbread. It's so nice. Like, it's just crazy how much we got, just the sheer amount of ingredients that it takes to make all of this stuff. I'll be going and purchasing a few things here in just a moment, but it's just crazy. Just the absolute amount of detail and work that went into this. And then when you think it can't get any better, they have this chocolate sculpture of Cinderella Castle that's just, I mean, the level of detail on this is just insane. And here's a list of just all of the different items you can buy and prices for everything. I love these little window toppers that they have. Just the sheer painted detail on all of these. It's just so, I don't even know. I can't even imagine seeing this every day either. There's a little QR code for you guys to scan. I have no idea what it does or what it goes to, but it's there. I mean, it's just, there's so much detail. I freaking love all of it. I got my bag of goodies. I got some stuff. I got, what was it? 2 shingles, gingerbread man, peppermint bark, and then I got the pen, which I don't think is necessarily exclusive to this, but I got it anyways, so I'm gonna throw this in the bag. So we're just kind of walking around the resort now. It actually feels really nice outside. It's funny how I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but have to go back to my cold land, so I need to wear it. But it's funny, I was sitting in the lobby just for a little while, just kind of enjoying, and it's weird how like out of place I felt just because of how bougie it feels. And I just don't feel like I'm that much of a bougie person, even though I know anybody can come visit and stuff like that. But yeah, I actually had Goofy and Dale out for a little while saying hi to some people as they're getting ready to go. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's weird that I feel that way because, I mean, obviously I know there's so many people that I see, whether just other YouTubers or whatnot, that, you know, just come and visit and do other things. But I personally just feel so out of place here, but that's okay. So just kind of been sitting here thinking as we walk around the Grand Floridian. We're actually walking towards the wedding pavilion. I think there's actually a wedding happening today because it looked like there were a few people. We'll see if we can kind of just, well, we probably won't go inside, but we'll just kind of say hi. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of get some thoughts, some whatnot of just things that I had over the trip overall. Honestly, had a great time. I think one thing I have learned between the 2 parties that I've done, between this one and now Mickey's Not So Scary, is I think if I do another Christmas party or something like that, I think I'm gonna try and get it to where I can do 2 days. If I can do 2 days, if I can do something like a Monday, Tuesday, that way, because it just, the one thing I don't like about parties is it feels like there's so much to do, which is not necessarily a bad problem to have, but there's just such little time to be able to do it all that everything I want to do, you know, it takes a little time and I feel guilty waiting in line, and it's like, well, you know, do I really want to do this, want to do that? Plus, I personally love the fireworks shows, and we got a slightly obscured view, not because of anything that Disney could handle. Obviously, you know, Mother Nature has her ways with things, which was a very unique experience, I will say, because it just completely lit up the sky, but it's not every moment that you get to see something quite like that. But yeah, it just, you know, it would be nice to be able to see, you know, those fireworks again with a clear, nice sky. Plus, you know, it's Florida. You never know. There's always going to be some days where it's just going to be rainy and kind of garbage-like, and I don't want the one day that I have to be able to do that to just kind of, you know, be washed out or rained out or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think I had just an absolutely fantastic time. I'm sad that it's ending. I have to head back to real life, as they say. But in less than a month, we'll be out in Disneyland, kind of doing the same kind of thing. I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually really, 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 really excited about it and that kind of thing. We're actually coming up on the wedding pavilion. It looks like, can't see, oh, walkway to the Poly. Goes around there? It's interesting. So we got just kind of a walkway to the Poly, which is actually obstructed because of the construction that they're running right now, but they have this is kind of the main part, and then the actual wedding pavilion is just down that way, which is super cool. So we'll just kind of head back. And then I think that is the DVC entrance, I would assume, looks like, possibly, maybe, because there's no way that's the main entrance, but yeah, I think that's for DVC. But anyways, kind of like I was saying, so yeah, that kind of thing. All sorts of good times, lots of good times, lots of characters, lots and lots of characters. Had some great experiences. You know, rides are generally pretty much the same every time. I try and do, you know, some highlighted ones that I can here and there, and you know, the parks themselves are always the same, but the characters, the cast members that do all the stuff always make it always so unique and different, and that's why I love meeting them. So I'm walking kind of back towards the lobby area we're going to check out, but I just noticed on these little wreaths that they have, it's kind of hard to see, but they have kind of the songs from, or all the little pieces from, I'm forgetting the name of the song off the top of my head, but they have all just the little, I was like, what are the numbers? And then it finally clicked that it was all based off of Seven Swans a Swimming. So I'm just out here by boat launch for Magic Kingdom and Narcosis. They got a bunch of construction going on for the DVC buildings, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of wrap things up. It's about time I head back to my resort and go pick up my luggage and head on to the airport, unfortunately. Back to real life, as they say. But thank you all for joining me. I do appreciate it. I hope I'll see you guys in the future. And yeah, just remember your adventures are out there. You gotta just go find them. And we'll see you in the next one.
Don't be afraid, we'll be okay.